What's up, everybody? Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility here on this Wednesday, new review day. As always, today we're going to take a look at what I believe is the 17th album from the band that now goes by a slightly different name that we normally knew them as. Riot is the name of the band. They're now called Riot V or Riot 5. How the hell do you say that? I think it's Riot V. I don't know. Anyway, Mean Streets is the name of the new album on Atomic Fire Records. Of course, this is a offshoot label from Nuclear Blast. It's operating as a separate company now, right? They took a bunch of folks from Nuclear Blast, a bunch of bands from Nuclear Blast. They're now over on Atomic Fire. And, of course, you see the Seal guy. There he is on the front, kicking some ass, right? Let's take a look. Back cover. Bottle of whiskey there. Or bourbon, whatever it might be. Right? Here we got the guys in the band. Looking all sorts of heavy metal, right? Of course, the band is Todd Michael Hall on lead vocals, and I think the whole name of the band change, right, has to do with him being like the fifth singer in the band, something like that. We've got Donnie Van Stavern on bass. We've got Mike Flint on guitars. We've got Nick Lee on guitars and Frank Gilchrist on drums. You may be saying, well, I don't really know any of those names, right? Well, because of, a lot of tragedy in this band, right? A lot of those classic members that we knew and loved back in the day in Riot, they're no longer with us, right? So here we've got basically Don Van Stavern on bass, has been in the band since 1986. He's kind of come and gone a few times over the years. Mike Flint's also been in the band since 1989. He's probably like the most constant member of the band since the late 80s. I believe he was from the Thunder Steel lineup, if I'm remembering correctly. Frank on drums has been with the band since 2003. Again, he's come and gone a couple times. Todd Michael Hall has been the singer since 2013, so he's over a decade now singing for Riot V. And Nick Lee on guitars has been in the band since 2014, so both of them about a decade here. So, what's this new Riot V album all about? It's actually really good. I don't think it really sounds all that much like classic Riot. I think this is just a completely different band. It's a completely different time. Maybe closest comparisons will be the kind of like the Thunder Steel era and stuff that came afterward. It doesn't sound like Fire Down Under or any of those other, Narita or any of those earlier albums. It didn't sound anything like that. But to me, if you didn't tell me who this was and you played this for me, I would basically think it's like an up-and-coming new wave of traditional heavy metal band. That's kind of what it sounds like. It's classic metal, but sounds like a younger band, right? The vocalist doesn't have a familiar tone or whatnot. It just sounds like something new and fresh, and it's really good. Again, doesn't sound like classic Riot. Maybe doesn't need to at this point because it's not that same band. There's some got 12 tracks on here, loads of ripping guitars. Right, the riffs are really good. The leads are really tasty. And the vocals are really good. There's lots of memorable, catchy choruses and anthems on here. And it's got, like I said, a real traditional feel to it. Much more of like that kind of traditional U.S. heavy metal / power metal type of thing. I'll read you some of the song titles and it'll instantly, Hail to the Warriors, right? Love Beyond the Grave, both terrific songs. Feel the Fire, High Noon, Before This Time, Higher, Mean Streets, the title track is terrific. One of the heavier tracks on here. You got Open Road, Mortal Eyes, Lost Dreams, Lean Into It, and No More. Everywhere you go, like I said, just lots of rip-roaring riffs, all very memorable, tasty soloing. Choruses are good. The vocals are really solid. When I listen to this, Rich Catino and I have been doing this whole kind of new wave of traditional heavy metal primer series, and it could have easily slotted this band or this album in any of those episodes, even though this is a band, in theory, right, has been around for 40 plus years. However, in this new configuration, like I said, they sound completely different. They sound like any other band that's popped up on the scene doing this sort of thing over the last 10 or 15 years. And that's not meant as a bad thing at all, because there's a lot of really fine bands popping up in the 2000s who are doing this kind of like revisit of the classic early 80s heavy metal sound. Right? And so this is really solid. I like the production. It's big and bright and powerful. There's really nothing I could say bad about this. Very, very enjoyable. I like this a lot more than I thought I was going to like it, because, quite frankly, I have kind of fallen out of touch with what this band has done in so many years, because they've got so many albums. I mean, just to go back, I mean, here we have, Armor of Light, 2018, Unleash the Fire, 2014, Immortal Soul, 2011, Army of One, 2006, Through the Storm, 2002, Sons of Society, 1999, Irishmore, 1997, The Brethren of the Longhouse, 1995, Nightbreaker, 93, The Privilege of Power, 90. I mean, I think that's the last one, that I heard. I may have heard like some of Armor of Light. But, you had Rock City, Narita, Fire Down Under, Restless Breed, Born in America, Thunder Steel. I mean, all of those are just banger albums. And then The Privilege of Power took them into the 90s. But it was, already a new band once the 90s kind of kicked in. So, but they have just kind of kept going, regardless of who's singing, who's in the band playing guitar. Like I said, we've lost a lot of key players in this band over the years, and that's a real shame. But they just kind of keeping the name alive. And you know what? If they're releasing quality like this, more power to them, because this is really good. 4 out of 5 star. Really like this a lot. Mean Streets and again, that's with the title. How many albums do we have called Mean Streets? It's just crazy. But cool album cover. Got the logo going. Good, solid U.S. heavy metal record. That's what it comes down to. Really, really strong. If you like this sort of thing, old school sound and metal, you're going to dig this. 4 out of 5. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.